we're live, everybody. Hey, and I'm working. I can't believe it. I was worried. I was worried that I wouldn't get to the show and I wouldn't get it written because my car broke down and I was going to have to spend all day getting it fixed. But when I came downstairs, my fuel pump had already been replaced by Tim Walls.
Nice.
Since 2020, we've done plenty of virtual comedy shows online, and though the virus is slowing, we'll keep going because we've still got lots of hydroxychloroquine and ivermectin.
Welcome to Virtual Comedy Show. It's a Zoom meeting with jokes. So please turn on your camera, turn on your mic, unless you have barking dogs or a rabid moose in your living room, in which case, please mute yourself for Pete's sake, and let's have some fun.
It's the Virtual Comedy Show, starring Steve Goodie and Brad Tassell. Tonight, Steve and Brad welcome
Corey
comedians,
Gahaney,
plus funny songs
Carla Ulbrich,
and a patty melt from Patti Vasquez, and much, much more. Now, please welcome Brad Tassell.
Hey. Oh, thank you, everybody. Hey, I'm gonna say I think we need more people to unmute so we can, especially when Corey's on and when Carla's on. But it's great to see everybody and welcome. And I'm actually on the Carnival Elation right now. It's a beautiful older ship. And this is, of course, if you remember Robert Shields, the mime, this is some of his artwork.
Yes.
So that's he did a beautiful job. So if you want to go to Robert Shields on Facebook and you can see a lot more of the stuff. And I'm sorry, welcome to the Virtual Comedy Show, where we happen to lean a little left for the most part, I think. Of course, these days you're a commie if you want kids to have school lunch. So I guess we're pretty much, we lean so far left, we all carry tampons in our pocket to hand out in the boys' bathroom. That's how left we are. Hey, that's the way it goes, kids. But let me tell you, we have a super bipartisan show with comic genius, and I say that with all sincerity, comic genius and Letterman and Colbert regular Corey Gahaney, everybody. Corey Gahaney. Hey. And how long has it been since we've seen her, Carla Ulbrich, everybody? Wow, where's she been?
It's been at least a week.
It's been at least 7 days. So that's amazing. Carla Ulbrich.
Yeah.
So, so that's fantastic. So, by the way, ever since my little opening joke there, ever since Tim Walls was chosen as Kamala Harris's VP, I've been having fun comparing him and J.D. Vance, along with a lot of other people. So these aren't too funny, but here are a few of the ones I've been writing. Here we go. Tim Walls helps you put your bag in the overhead bin on the way to seat 22D. J.D. Vance takes 20 minutes blocking the aisle at 1A to get settled. That's what he does. So that's good. Again, I told you these aren't funny. They're just true. Tim Walls hands the Uber Eats driver an extra 10 on top of the 20% he put on the order. J.D. Vance says he'll tip only in cash and then hands the driver a $5 bill that actually is something about Jesus, which he says is more important than money. Then he disputes the credit card charge. That's what. And one more, not funny of these. I went out to wash my vinyl fence yesterday, and Tim Walls had already done it. J.D. Vance complains to the HOA because your wife won't tell him when her cycle starts. So that's all right. So by the way, if you guys think of any of those during the show, put them in the chat, and I will read them when I'm begging for money. Because
these are the new Chuck Norris jokes. This is
these
great.
are the new Chuck Norris. Yeah, Tim Walls, and especially the Tim Walls does all these things. So give us some if you can. Okay, so now, all right, let's do what we do every week, and which is impossible, and try to have a joke that works. Here we go. And that's the biggest laugh I get.
I never realized we were trying to do that.
I know, it's so wacky, isn't it?
Why are you putting all this pressure on everybody?
I'm so amazed I'm connected that this is the best I've ever on a Carnival ship. Yay. And it's only $18 a minute. Okay, here we go. It's fantastic. Donate so I can recoup some of that. Here we go. The Summer Olympics ended with a huge closing ceremony when Tom Cruise rappelled down from the sky and took away everyone's Zoloft and Ozempic? Amazing. He then said, "Don't be gay, no matter how much you want to be."
Nah.
And John Travolta nodded as the plane that dropped him off flew away. Okay, so there you go. That was part of that. Okay, so that was the entire Olympic wrap up I have right there. Singer Elle King, we all love singer Elle King, don't we? Said that her dad, comedian-ish Rob Schneider, forgot every one of her birthdays growing up and said she only saw him on the set once ever when he was filming Deuce Bigalow, Male Gigolo. So there's a good thing. Yes. The X's and O's singer said if she wanted to talk to her dad, she'd have an operator call him and say, "Collect call from Adam Sandler." And he would scream, "Accept," immediately, and then reverse the charges. Okay. So
that might be my favorite joke you've ever told.
I know. Isn't that cute? I thought that was cute too. Collect call from Adam Sandler, everybody. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. Trump is having trouble keeping the party going at his rallies as another artist has sued him for using their music without permission. Hey, come on. Hey, let's stop for a second. Come on in. Ladies and gentlemen, Patti, are you here, Patti? You're going to have to lean in.
Yes, I am.
Lean in and we'll see you. Hey, it's lean in. It's John Knight. Everybody,
hey.
Can lean in John Knight.
John Knight. Oh, yes.
Let me turn off my background, then they can see us both, and we'll take about a minute here. And
as long as you hold still, we're all right.
You can painfully listen to the horrible joke. I just told the best joke. So here's the cabinet. It's John Knight, great comedian who will not do a set. Go ahead.
Hey, John Knight.
I'm not doing a set, but sorry I'm late. I had trouble getting a cab.
Patti, where are you? Oh God, is Patti not here? There's Patti. She's not here.
I see her picture.
I know. I see her picture.
I'm
Oh,
here.
there you are.
I'll be
Okay.
back in a minute.
You'll be back in a minute. Where are you?
I'm changing Declan. Carry on.
Oh, okay. She's listening now. So John says hi. Oh, Patty's going to be back in a minute.
Okay, she's
Hi,
changed.
John.
Hi.
I'm sorry. I have latex gloves on. Pardon me in a moment.
I have latex gloves on.
Yeah.
That's not interrupting me.
Me too. And my
I'm the
hands are
one
right here under the
strapped
desk. Oh, man. So that's fantastic. So
I just had a
go sit over there.
colonoscopy.
We'll talk later.
But
Okay.
do you have a diaper rash? I'll get some cream for you for your diaper rash. Stand by.
I don't have a latex glove on, but since my colonoscopy, I have a latex glove in.
Oh, I don't think it's supposed to
I thought this was going to go smoother. Okay. Well, just sit there. We'll go back to the thing. Okay. So I'm going to put my background back on, though, because I think it looks good. Okay. You ready? Here we go. Wait. Time out. That's not that one. Okay. Okay.
It's very Steely Dan, that one.
Well, there goes Steve, your tech-free show. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Here we are on this joke. By the way, this one got a big laugh. Trump is having trouble keeping the party going at his rallies after another artist has sued him for using their music without permission. Isaac Hayes' family is demanding $3 million from Trump for using "Hold On, I'm Coming" at rallies and demanding he stop using the song. Celine Dion already slammed Trump for using "My Heart Will Go On." Tom Petty's family denounced the orange skid mark for using "Don't Back Down." And of course, the aged orange can't use Bruce, can't use Fleetwood Mac. It's getting so bad, Trump has had to resort to his last musical option, Scott Baio and Kevin Sorbo's version of Dixie on the kazoo. It's going to be great. Oh, the cough is allowed. Keep coughing. Okay, here we go. Hey, the Trump campaign said that foreign sources have hacked his email. Is that crazy? Most likely Iranian hackers. When asked, the hackers said, "I'm not going to say we did the hacking, but these are the first emails we've ever seen written in crayon." Wow. There's lots of ketchup emojis. Okay. Now the two bits I'm worried about. Here we go. 94% of women entering menopause report that they were taught nothing about it in school, leaving one to ask, what schools are 50-year-old women attending? Right, ladies? By the way, now let's ask the women. Women, were you ever told about menopause in school? We have
No.
Okay, well, there you go. The gloved one speaks.
Not from school.
And is that what middle school girls need? That's my next question. Okay. At this
Also
point, it's hard
no.
enough to get
No.
info on puberty for young women, isn't it? I mean, we can't even get puberty. Nah, not that I'm not against. I'm not against teaching about menopause in school, but it should be just like the old sex education classes we had, right? The sixth grade, they split us up into boys in one room and girls in the other. The female gym teacher takes the girls and explains the biology of it. In the boys' room, the football coach says, "Your house is going to be cold, boys." Unnaturally cold. Say nothing about it. And the covers no longer are under your control. Take them when you get them and shut up when they're gone. Okay, give me 20 and take 10 laps. People laugh sometimes.
I don't know. I was told about menopause in grade school.
You were?
Yeah, it was from the teacher I was dating.
Oh. God came in now, aren't we? Oh, teacher is Satan. Whew, I'll edit that out later. Hey,
It has to be edited out. This is a clean show.
it's live. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Okay. Boy, nothing's working, is it?
No, it's really not. It's like Elon and Trump's little X thing
The
tonight.
X thing tonight. Oh my God, Elon! I was going to write a joke about it and I forgot. Elon Trump. Okay, here we go. A 13,000-year-old solar calendar has been unearthed in Turkey. Upon revealing the massive calendar, many locals screamed, "Oh my God, it's Friday!"
Yes.
The problem is a lot of people are muted. I think that's one of the problems. Okay. Oh my gosh, a new study shows that giving a child a tablet early can cause more and longer violent outbursts, you know? Unless that tablet is a Valium.
Yeah.
And calms them down. Okay. 10 more. Trump, I just read, did you see this? Trump has been flying to events in Jeffrey Epstein's plane. And people are wondering why. I know. A spokesman for the crusty old orange said that Trump's dementia is getting so bad that it makes him calmer to be someplace he's been 1,000 times.
Whoops.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Last week was good. You should have been here.
I wasn't here.
I know. You should have.
You weren't here either.
I'm not here.
I was here last week. You weren't.
That's true. I was at home. Okay. Hey, some people are not happy about the new Snow White live action movie. They're not happy about the trailer. Fans are not being bashful about how grumpy they feel about this dopey redo that is making them sleepy. One doc said I could sneeze out a less woke film. I wait, and it's for naught.
The audience is muted.
That's right.
Like your audience at your show.
That's my show last night. They were muted too. It was weird. I, for one, am glad to see a Snow White that is less white than a Klan hood and doesn't need a prince to drag her to his trailer. By the way, Snow White is played by Rachel Zegler, who is a beautiful young Latino, and Gal Gadot is the evil queen. The biggest problem during filming was every time the evil queen said, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all?" The mirror replied, "It depends. Are you in the Wonder Woman costume?"
Oh.
Hey, okay, that was good.
Holy invisible plane, Batman.
Holy invisible plane. Hey, the other big woke change in this update of Snow White, the poison apple is orange and wears a red hat.
Yeah.
All right. They're right here. They came back. All right. Two more, and then we'll see how this show really goes. The world's largest iceberg, A23A, is the size of Rhode Island, has broken off from Antarctica and is swirling in circles 375 miles from the South Pole, angrily waiting for Titanic 2 to set sail. Penguins close to the story said, "Make your move, bitch." Okay.
Yeah.
PG-13 in here. Okay, and last but not least, all major news outlets are reporting that Banksy's new art piece in London is a rhino trying to climb on a car. Now, I don't usually do this, but let's take a look at that art piece, everybody. Let's take a look at a rhino. Where'd it go? Oh, God. Where's the rhino trying to climb on top of the car? Oh, there it is. Okay, everybody lean down. Lean down. Okay, everybody. A rhino trying to climb on top of a car, everybody? Is that right?
Yeah.
Is that rhino trying to climb on top of a car? Yeah. Yeah. And JD Vance just wants he and the couch to be friends. All right, Steve Goodie, everybody. Come on.
When all else fails, go
man.
to the JD Vance couch joke.
That's right. When all else fails, go to a couch joke.
I will always get up at 3 a.m. to hear that joke.
That's
Tassell, everybody. He's right there, according to me.
right there. I can't. This is yeah. Everything is saying that it's climbing.
Yeah, get out of the way. You're Honda blocking that rhino.
I'm kind of blocking. I get it. Now what you said.
Hey, time for a top 10 list. And I pre-recorded these, as you probably know. And this one we're going to do was the idea and the fulfillment of the idea was helped with the great assistance of our friend Chuck and our other friend Jeff, who might be there with her. We're not sure. He might be around. There they are. Yes, that's right. On July 10th, we all took a magical trip to a magical place. And I'll let the top 10 list tell the story. Here we... Oops, you know what? I think I screwed this up. Hold on. This is fun. Look, you get to see the whole list.
The tech works.
I know. Here we go.
Tonight's category. Oh man, back on July 10th, I went to a special place called Holiday World with two very special people, our friends Chuck and Jeff, who are with us right now. Say hi, Chuck and Jeff.
Hi.
There you go. And this one does get a little bit gross too. I already did the thing. Get back to that. So tonight's category is top 10 holidays not represented at Holiday World. If you've never been to Holiday World, it's an amusement park that divides the property up into holiday sections. There's a Christmas section, there's a Thanksgiving section, there's a Halloween section, there's another one. What's the other one, Chuck?
4th of July.
July section. Thank you, Chuck. You sounded just like Jeff. That was amazing. But they didn't cover them all. So tonight's category is top 10 holidays not represented at Holiday World. Number 10, Groundhog Day. Number 9, Weird Al's birthday.
Oh, yes.
Hello. Number 8, Groundhog Day. Number 7, National Would It Kill You to Use Your Turn Signal Day. I would really like that holiday. Number 6, Canadian Moose Appreciation Day. These are the top 10 holidays not represented at Holiday World. Number 5, High Fiber Day, formerly How Can We Get Rid of Explosive Diarrhea Day.
Oh.
Number 4, Parley Francais and Wear a Paper Mache Beret Day. Number 3, National No Emails Begging for Campaign Donations for One Freaking Day Day.
That'd be nice.
It would. Number 2, Everybody Say Their Name is Woodrow Wilson at Starbucks Just to Screw With Them Day. And the number 1 holiday not represented at Holiday World, Pray away the Don't Say Gay and Just Say Nay to Chick-fil-A Day.
So what rides would represent that?
What?
Yeah.
I hadn't put that much thought into it.
Got to have theme rides for because everybody, y'all know that I lived in Santa Claus for 15 years, right?
Yeah, we discussed it at length.
Oh, did you? Yeah. So I was when you went on the Watubi, I was in the commercial for Watubi and in USA Today. But
From what I
did not know that.
understand, he's also
Wow.
a farm.
Somebody refresh my memory.
That's right,
What part
a
of
tape
Indiana is Santa Claus in?
yes,
What,
Where?
it's north, south, east, west, whereabouts?
Now,
it's just north of Owensboro.
Owensboro. Okay.
Owensboro. So
and they have a couple new rides since you've been there, Brad. They have the Rhino ride, the Honda ride.
yeah, they have 100. Not to be specific, but they're a nonprofit, so they have about 14 million a year to spend. So they have to build a new ride every year.
It's awesome. Free
Great
parking,
vote.
free beverages.
Free bedroom. Yeah, I talked to Will Cook, who was the owner at the time, but he passed away the year they did that. And he said they were being sued 100 to 200 times a year by people who got sunburned and heat stroke. And he said after that, they've never had a suit since. So nobody.
Great.
By the way, Patty's here.
Hey, Patty.
And here's John.
Hey.
Lean in, John. Yeah, lean
Hey,
in.
John. I was there before. I just was.
Hi, how are you?
That's so creepy. Like, what is? I don't even know what your background is, Brad. That like.
What do you mean you don't know his background? That's Banksy's. That's Banksy's new rhino hunting
Hey, John,
the car.
good to see you.
So are the real background.
I feel like we should.
There's a backstory to that. The rhino rented the car, but was mad when he found out it wasn't an automatic.
So, John, like you never age. Like you're exactly the same age. When I worked with you like 25 years ago.
You don't either. So look, let's kiss each other's ass.
You look great, John.
I was going to say, John looked 70 20 years ago. Jesus.
Yeah.
Sorry. No, he looks 50 now. Stop. You did it the wrong way, Brad.
I'm sorry.
John, if you want to throw him off the boat, it's okay with me.
70.
He's not 70. How old are you?
I don't know. You can make
75.
things up along the way.
I'm not 70.
This
Let's
show's
go
off
to
the
a Patty
rails.
mouth.
You look like a teenager, Brad, when I met you, and you still act like one. So it worked out well.
But he looks bad.
I look bad. I look rough.
I didn't say that. You look the same as when I met you too.
Botox.
I made it all awkward.
I'm on 5
Wait,
tops.
what is behind you? Is this your room on the
This
ship?
is my crew. I'm on the crew plan here. Usually I'm in the fancy passenger cabin. I'm on the crew plan here. So this cabin's
Yeah, we got to hurry this up because he's due to row in 45 minutes.
and also I'm paying about 30 cents a minute right now. So play the thing.
Oh,
Let's do the thing. And hurry up because the captain wants to do some water skiing. All right, here we go.
It's time for a Patty Melt with Patti Vasquez, Patti Vasquez. From global conflicts to greenhouse gases, the folks refusing to wear masks says, and politicians getting caught grabbing ass says, she's melting down. It's a Patti Vasquez, Patty
And
Melt.
she looks marvelous.
okay. I have been way too happy. What's going on? I have been way too happy. Look, I was happy when Kamala Harris became the presidential candidate. Fantastic. But I did not know the depths of joy that I was going to experience when she chose Tim Walz. Oh, my God. Now, I know that Brad already did the jokes about all the things that he would do, all the jokes people are making. But here's the thing. Not only that, but all the mudslinging they're already trying to do with him, with his record in the military. And he's not really a coach. He was a defensive coach. Yeah, they don't go to like, hey, assistant coach, defensive lineman, special teams coach. They don't say that. They say coach. That's what they say. Okay, so I'm melting a little bit angrily because, like, here's the thing about slinging mud at Tim Walz. He will tell you how to do it better. He'll be like, hey, you know what? That mud's a little wet, and when you throw it, you should step into it. You really use your hips. I am so freaking happy because here's the thing is that I can even listen to Donald Trump talk now. I didn't realize that part of the reason I didn't want to hear him talk, I do political talk show, right? And I should listen to all the things the other side is saying to have like some story to tell or opinion on things. But it's been too painful. I've been wearing my shoulders as earrings since 2015. Ever since that escalator ride, like what the freaking frack? So I'm just saying, like I'm relaxed now. It's very nice to feel a little bit very nice. And to your point about Epstein's plane, Brad, I mean, like of all the sex planes in all the world, he just happened to get on that one. But your joke was better. But I already wrote mine. All right, Brad. That's a really good joke. Here's the thing our audience doesn't know. Sometimes you'll like think of a topic or a joke or a bit, and you'll see someone else do it, and you're like, that's the joke. That was Brad. I'm with Steve on the other one. He liked a lot. I like that one better. Anyway, that was me. No, I'm in a really good mood. So I will also say that Donald. Okay, so I watched the entire rally in Montana, and I listened I know, no. But here's the thing. Because it's different when you know you're going to win, folks. We're going to win. We still have to work, but we're going to win. This is amazing. Also, there's going to be violence. Sorry. I hate to tell you that. I'm thinking about getting a gun, but that's just me. I'm on the Northwest side with a bunch of cops, and I'm going to put out a lawn sign. I'm going to put out a Harris Walls lawn sign. I want to put like marshmallow fluff on the edges. So if they do take it, I'm just saying, it's a little sticky. Maybe Vaseline. I don't know. We're working it out right now. But I live in a conservative neighborhood is what I'm saying. And like out my window, I can't share right now because it's late and dark, but there's a F. I love it. There's a F Biden flag outside. And like, I know they spent money on that flag and they still won't take it down because I guess they're like, well, he's still president. So F him still. We're still effing him. Okay. But I am a little concerned about my property. I'm concerned about our safety, but I will say this. I'm less concerned about my safety long-term as long as we win this. I went door knocking in Kenosha. Folks, if you're in Illinois and you want to come join us, follow me. We're going door knocking. And I literally am like, hello, we're excited. Are you excited? You're not? Okay, never mind. Don't shoot us. So it is a joyous and slightly scary time, but I'm here for it, and I love spending time with you guys. Hi, John Knight. Good to see you again. Bye,
Good to see you too.
Patti Vasquez.
Good to see you again.
So my whole thing on the JD Vance, well, and we do this as they keep throwing stuff out, and then we take it. Like, oh, Tampon Tim. He's like, yeah, I'll be Tampon Tim.
Yeah.
To me, Brandon.
Yeah,
Brandon. What the hell?
Also, dignity at school. Are you kidding me? What is wrong? I'm sorry. Did you go through your kid's bulletproof backpack and find a tampon and that bothered you? What the?
That's good.
Did you see the JD what drag pictures?
Yeah. Well, I deleted that joke. I had a JD drag joke and I deleted it. It was the punchline was it was the first time.
Daughter and Vance.
Yeah, it was the first time I ever respected him. So when I saw the drag pictures, so it's the first time
That was his first name.
yes, that was right. What was his drag name?
I like the drag name he had was Anita Couch. I stole that from online.
Yeah, of course. Oh God. So and
how's he doing? How's his campaign? How's his campaign going? So far, so good.
Yes.
Thank you.
Although, state for the record, he didn't write that, but that's okay.
Of course not.
Now they're trying to say that Tim drank bull semen or something. It's just the dumbest.
Oh my God!
Just the dumbest.
Who hasn't?
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing.
I would say, what the hell? Okay, it was big, but
I'm
so
sorry.
what? Yeah.
Colorado, what is it? Colorado oysters? You might get some in there. Just saying.
Yeah. Rocky Mountain
There it
oysters.
is. There it
Rocky
is.
Mountain oysters, yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're eating a ton of semen right there. So there you go. Yeah.
Jesus.
I get it. Yeah,
Also known as college. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Also,
We're gonna talk about stuff like this. We better bring in Carlo.
$20 is $20.
$20. All right. It's Carla, everybody. Everybody say goodbye to Patty.
Hey, Patty. Hey, Carla.
Hi, Carla.
All right, man.
So yeah,
Say goodbye to
did you
that
see
guy,
Jo-
too.
Bye, John.
Bye.
Bye.
Get this
Bye,
show back
Carla.
on track.
Feels like we haven't seen you in so long.
I know. It's
And it also appears that you may have washed your guitar in hot water despite the clear label warning.
Yeah, I did. Joe posted in the chat there that JD's other drag name was Sofa Loren.
Ah.
Oh.
All right, Carla, you ready?
Yes. And,
Okay, we're gonna play
be
the
sure
thing
and
for you. Then
check
you do a
out
song.
My JD Vance jokes, Brad,
Yeah.
in the chat.
I don't have a musical instrument with me, so instead of singing an answer to you, I will sing some of the reviews I've gotten about my show here at the program.
Great.
So we'll see how that goes. Here we go. Let's do this.
It's our musical guest, Gonna sing something funny and then Steve will play something in between. Our musical guest, It's time for our musical guest.
And her magic ukulele.
All right, this is brand new. I just finished it this afternoon, so hang on. Billionaires are just like us, just like us. Wait a minute. It's supposed to start on that chord. See, I told you it was new. Billionaires are just like us, just like us, just like us. Billionaires are just like us, it's true. They help their kids with homework, take out the trash real quick, but only when all of their household servants call in sick. They post on Twitter, in fact they post a lot. They ponder life's big mysteries while cruising on a yacht. Billionaires are just like us, just like us, just like us. Billionaires are just like us, it's true. Perhaps they have a slightly different paradigm, but still, their stylist puts their pants on for them one leg at a time. And while it's true that just 8 men have half the planet's money, I believe they'll follow their conscience. I also believe in the Easter Bunny. Billionaires are just like us, just like us, just like us. Billionaires are just like us, it's true. They're the same as me and you. They just might own a space rocket or randomly decide to delete people's social media accounts if they disagree with them, and essentially pay 0 taxes. Just like us, it's true.
Yay.
It's so true. And believe it or not, even though I'm not going to sing the song, this review I'm going to read ties into what you just said.
Wow.
Of course it does.
I know, because you were talking about a different paradigm, blah, blah. Not that I wasn't listening. I don't mean that derisively. But I didn't memorize it. And neither did you. So this came from a fellow named David Iani. And his review goes like, I'm not even going to sing it. Pretend I'm singing. I have never, ever, ever, ever seen a tribute show like this one. It's like Weird Al doing a tribute show for himself with Daniel Radcliffe. If you're a fan of one of the two, or even both, it's a very funny and very wholesome experience. I was a medium fan of both. Now I'm a total fan of Steve.
Wow. Print that one and stick it to your poster.
There you go. And I'll be reading more of those for about an hour and a half after Carla does her next song. There you go.
I want to be just like Steve is true. Okay. This is a topical. So in another week, everyone will have forgotten this story, but let's squeeze the last bit of interest out of it. We'll always remember when the pole vaulters member knocked down the bar, that poor fellow. But then everyone ran straight to his Instagram and hit follow. It's a bit short.
Oh, was that it? All right. Carla Ulbrich, everybody. That was amazing.
Carla Ulbrich.
Always keeping it classy. That's why she comes back time after time.
That's right. And short. That was short.
If it was short, what was the problem? Never mind.
No, I was to say his thing was longer than that song.
Yeah, the great.
I have
Great
another
Whiskey.
really stupid one, but I know you guys have a lot of material. And
No, go
Great
ahead.
Whiskey has non-parody ideas. Carla Ulbrich has quick parody ideas.
That's right.
Yes.
Go ahead, Carla, play it.
All right. Okay, this one is a little more recent because that was like last week. This is this.
But wait a minute. You did one on the ukulele, one on the guitar. I expect this one to be on the accordion.
I don't own an accordion. I guess
Harp?
I could just do. All right.
Just do it.
See if you know that. Remember the parody, the song that this is a parody of. Well, I wait a minute. Again, I don't know the key. There it is. Well, I've got a head spin and some air flares, and you got a PhD. I think that I've seen dancing better from kids who they're 2 or 3. Oh, you've been hitting the books real hard while we're hanging out on the streets. Oh, I've got a backflip and some windmills, and you got a PhD.
Yeah. That was what, brand new roller skates or skate?
Yeah.
What was that
Brand
called?
new key by Melody.
Brand new
Yeah.
key, yes.
It was ironic that you couldn't find the key before you
I
sang
know.
that song.
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
it's brand
that-
new. That's the irony, is that it's brand new, and that's why I couldn't find the key.
2-minute warning, Corey Gahaney.
Melanie actually had some regrets about how big that song got. So maybe she wished she didn't have the key to a hit.
Huh.
I don't know.
Oh, that's very interesting.
I can't imagine.
All right. Well, Carla, what are you doing and why are we talking to you?
What am I doing, and why are we?
Yeah. Where are you going? What are we seeing?
Aw.
Where are you going to be?
I am about to release a new song. That's a folk song, y'all. It only has one funny line in the whole thing, and so I've been in the studio for the last week. Yeah, not
Nice.
funny, I know.
Yeah, it didn't have to be. So when do we get the song?
I don't know yet because I don't know how long it's going to take. These last mixing and all that stuff. I got the group backing me up of harmony singers and all this stuff. But yeah, it's called We Won't Go Back.
Oh, well.
Nice.
Well, make sure we know when it comes out and then come sing it here first.
Okay, but it's not comedy, but I will.
Oh, it's not
There's
comedy.
a lot of stuff that's not comedy.
Hey, I was going to say, did you see the monologue? Hey, there you go. Okay. Well, thanks. I'm going to bring Corey in while you're
Thanks
going
for having
away.
me, y'all.
Hi, Corey. We're going to get rid of Carla. Corey, do you know Carla? You're both on the East Coast. So,
Hi, Carla.
Hello.
Hi, Corey. How you doing? You look good.
Wonderful music. Thank you.
Yes. You look good. You look young and healthy and happy.
Yeah, this ring light.
Yeah. Yeah, it takes off 20 years. Unlike John Knight, who looked about 80, as Patty said.
Oh,
90. So, okay. I'm sorry. It's a weird night, and I apologize. So, Steve, what is she going to do?
I'm gonna play this little intro for you, and then you're gonna give us 10 minutes of amazing stand-up. Are you ready?
Okay.
Here we go.
It's a
It's
threat.
time for a big headliner. Got some funny jokes to say. Oh, do a 10-minute set headliner. Man, I'm so glad that it's Monday. Yeah.
Hi. Thank you for having me. It's great to be here. And for those of you who know me, you know that I don't do jokes about religion, sex, or politics. But full disclosure, I do pray for sexy politicians. There's no end to my prayer. They just don't get answered. Although I do find that Walls guy a little bit easy on the eyes. Let's just say. I want him to be my dad, but all right. Somebody was making noise out there. Hopefully they'll stop. So what have you guys been talking about? The Olympics was I was having so much Paris FOMO. Anybody else? It was all these people, right? Everybody seemed to be in Paris except me. And well, me and your name's not Chuck, even though you just waved hello. What's your name?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm Janice.
Janice. Me and Janice are the only people that weren't in Paris. I guess all of you were in Paris. The one thing I did feel really bad for is all those runners who got interviewed the second they finished running, and they stuck the microphone right in their faces, and they could barely get the oxygen in, and they would ask these ridiculous questions like, how do you feel? They didn't even know if they won. Did anybody else notice they were incredibly attractive this year? I'm not a young gun. Okay. I've seen a lot of Olympics. I have never seen hotties like just had. And you know, the package guy, he really, you couldn't see anything but the package. Well, and I don't want to say anything, but I think Tom Cruise has had some plastic surgery.
Mhm.
And matter of fact, I think if he didn't, his skin would kind of look a lot like that package. All right.
Wow.
You know, the other thing that I was thinking, every time I go to a restaurant now, and the people come over with that little machine, that little handheld machine to put my card in, and they stand there, right? And they want, you know, first of all, they give me the option of buttons so that it's easy. You know, they can give 50%, 60%, 80% tip. But I feel like whenever they give me the machine, that I'm like one of those Olympic judges, and I have to make the decision like that, you know?
Yeah.
Those of you who, come on, you know what I'm talking about. Alice, right? Back in the day, you got the check back. You had at least 10, 15 minutes to really think about it. But now it's like you're doing an on-the-spot performance review. And I find myself actually going through it, you know, like, you know, I'll say, okay, well, I mean, there was a 7 to 11 minute lag time between his entree and my entree, and I'm not saying it was the end of the world, but you know, that takes it from 25% down to 22%. And I don't know if you know, but we did ask for ketchup 3 times, so that now we're down to 20%. Also, when I asked you for that particular entree, and then you came back half an hour later to tell me they were out of it, I didn't appreciate that. I think that takes it down. I know it wasn't your fault that they ran out of food. So let's drop it down to 18%. And do you have kids? You have kids? All right. Well, we'll leave it at 18%. As you know, we're about to head into a very exciting period. Football season is starting, and my husband, if I haven't told you, is the assistant coach of the New York Giants. And don't get excited. He does it from our couch. It's a volunteer. He does it remotely. And interestingly, he's also the assistant coach of the Yankees, the Knicks, and the Islanders. I'm very proud of him. I don't know how anybody can juggle that many disciplines, but he does. And so, of course, we have a son together. And my son, you know, had to play Little League, you know, to satisfy my husband's, you know, sporting fetish. And interesting thing about Little League, maybe some of the moms in the room can relate. The only thing more boring than baseball is Little League. I would go to these games, or as I like to call them, my purse cleaning time. And this is actually, this is a little bit of a storytelling. So when my son played Little League, listen, was he a great player? He wasn't great at hitting. He wasn't great at catching. So maybe not everybody's favorite player, but the coach on this Little League team was so competitive that he asked if we could put our son in a different team at the end of the season. By the way, this is 2nd grade. And we said, well, what do you have in mind? And he said the name of some team, and we Googled it. And it, you know, I'm not casting any aspersions, but he wanted my son to play on a team with kids that were in wheelchairs. Like, it wasn't, yeah. It was kind of awkward, and I couldn't help myself. I went back to the guy and I said, I know you're very excited about this team, you know, being you know, sort of on the map, you know, because the guy was very competitive. I said, but do you really think they're scouting like for the Road of Sholem Upper West Side Jewish kids baseball team in 2nd grade? I don't think you should be that.
That's true.
And he spent a lot of time telling us how great his son was at pitching. But you have to understand, his son weighed about 10 pounds. There was no future in this kid's. This kid, maybe this kid could on the computer figure out how to get the better seat at a baseball game. Anyway, I'm dealing with, and for those of you who don't know, I have 2 kids, and there's a huge age difference between my kids. I have my daughter's 40 and my son is 20. Okay, do you need to take a break? Anybody?
Yeah.
You know, you can figure out what happened, right? I mean,
Yeah.
My husband was a great stepfather. And when my daughter went off to college, he looked at me with these puppy dog eyes and he said, "Hey, why don't we have our own baby?" And I wanted to say that's like asking someone who just got over food poisoning if they want a burrito.
Oh.
But wait a minute. Oh, seriously, Susan, I thought back to my high school biology, and I was like, I'm 42. I'm not going to get pregnant. But you know, I made a crucial error there. Obviously, I forgot that my husband is the assistant coach of the New York Giants, and he does know how to get his guys in the end zone. So it's learn things.
Oh.
At one point, this is no joke. At one point, I was paying for college and preschool at the same time. Did you know that? College, you know how expensive college is, right, Alice? No, I don't have, but do you know how expensive preschool in Manhattan, in New York City is? I won't tell you the number. I won't say it out loud. Seriously, I know you're looking at me and I can't. I'll just tell you this. I happen to own a $31,000 macaroni necklace. So my daughter, she has these kids. What would you call that?
Grandchildren?
You know, I've heard that before. Do you think it's wrong if I tell my daughter, can't I just say they're your friends? She got so mad. She said, "You have to tell people that you're a grandmother." And I said, "Okay, but I'm going to tell people you were a teen mom."
Damn.
And you know, and then when you know, when the whole grandparent thing, you know, played out, obviously I'm not the only grandmother, right? There's another grandmother, and she went with Nona. You know what I mean?
Oh.
I can't compete with Nona.
Nona.
Oh, instead of grandma.
Right.
Yeah.
Nana. But they're Italian, so it's Nona.
No.
I'm
So
done.
I said, listen, I'm most comfortable with Miss Kahaney. I have to admit, I do struggle with the whole because in the act, I can keep my daughter in her teens, but then if these grandchildren are effing up the whole process. Like I don't think I want my tombstone to say survived by children that were older than her. I'm thinking, you know, I watch a lot, you know, I'm embarrassed to admit, but I like to look at the, you know, the gossip stuff. And I was thinking I would like to have the person who helped Kelly Clarkson with her weight management. Okay. I would like to have Jane Fonda's plastic surgeon. And am I right, Susan?
Yes.
Come on. It's a very good job. And
Yes.
I would like to find out what antidepressant Melania Trump takes. I think my life would be in very good. So, I like Brad. I work on the cruise ships a lot, and you know, it's always, you know, when you leave your spouse alone, you know, you worry like what's going on. You know, they get lonely. You never know, and you're nice people, so I'll just come out and tell you. My husband cheated on me, and I knew he had cheated because I came in. House was immaculate. There was groceries in the fridge, dishwasher. I didn't have to. I just looked at him and I was like, "You watched the finale of Top Chef, didn't you?"
Yeah.
And he had all the same lines that men always have. It didn't mean anything. I got swept up in the moment. It'll never. It was one time. And by the way, I'm not dumb. I know men have needs. I told him, you have Mandalorian. You could have a Picard, Loki, anything on the Disney Channel, you take, all right? And he's like, it'll never happen again. But I don't know if that's true. What do you think, Brett? I don't know. I don't trust him. Alice, is it wrong? Just to prove, I wanted him to learn a lesson, so I fucked his brother. And I
Wait, what? We forgot the rules.
Oh God, I'm so sorry. I always do something wrong on this show.
Well, if you read your contract, Corey, this means that your husband comes on now and does a rebuttal.
And your grandkids are watching.
Can you beep that?
Yes, we'll bleep it for when your daughter's friends are watching.
Yes, well, it's hard to bleep live.
So, how am I doing for time, guys?
Whatever.
So, I know it's considered hacky, but I want to talk about flying. I fly so much, and Brad, you know what it's like. I just want to I want to say to the next time I have a flight attendant, just right at the beginning of the flight. So where on the flight can I smoke?
Yeah.
I had a situation where I had to move as a favor. I let the mother sit with the child because it was the right thing to do. And so the woman brought me as a gift a bistro box. It's one of these snack boxes on the plane. And I was reminded of my trips to Paris in the past. And I got to tell you, I don't think these people who called it a bistro box have ever been to a bistro, because I can't imagine a French waiter coming over and saying, good evening, bonsoir, ladies and gentlemen, would you like, could I interest you in some Hickory smoked nuts or shelf-stable cheese spread with a stale cracker?
1/2 ounce of hummus.
They're doing, and you're going to go through this too, Steve, when you fly home. They're trying to always upsell you, on these flights.
Yes.
They want you to, do you want to do economy plus or premium economy, and they keep trying to up the ante. Almost business, wannabe business, so close I can taste it business. I can't believe it's not business. Right now, only business is business. Okay, if I can stretch out my legs and put my head on this on a horizontal, then it's business. So I had a near death. I'm going to wrap it up, guys.
All right.
I had a near death experience, and a lot of people, when they have this happen, I see you looking at me, Avram. Has this happened to you? A near death experience?
Yeah. Every time I visit.
A lot of times you see God. I didn't see God. I think I saw the devil. I don't know. It could have been Rudy Giuliani, but I was briefly in hell. Don't look at me like that, Ray. I'm serious. I was briefly in hell. And
she's doing crowd work.
How do you know hell? And I said, I know it was hell because the 1-800 Cars for Kids jingle was playing.
Oh, man. Oh, that'll do.
And here's the thing, by the way, everybody you expect to see in hell is there. Okay. You know, your Hitler, Stalin, Idi Amin, Pol Pot, Rush Limbaugh, OJ, they're there. All the people you think you're going to see. But there were a lot of people there I didn't expect to see in hell. You know who was there? Alice, the lady, the TSA lady that took my $49 French sunblock that was 0.2 ounces over. And oh, you know, this is interesting, Janice. Anyone who ever put a towel or a hat or a book on a beach or pool chair and didn't come back for 3 hours. All are in hell. This won't surprise you. This will, Elena, the guy that invented the two-factor identity verification.
Yeah.
That guy. Is it, and by the way, I don't know how he got in, because what if he was waiting for the code? You know what I mean? He'd still be in purgatory. You know? Oh, and this won't be a shock to you. Anyone who has ever said, "Is there anything else I can help you with?"
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. Yes.
Hey, you guys, thank you so much. It was great fun. I got to try some new stuff.
You did.
Hey.
You got to throw out the F-bomb. Fantastic. It was fantastic. You know, I just realized something. How many people tell you you look exactly a lot like a young Barbara Streisand? You look like Barbara when she was young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to tell you something, Brad. I've been listening to her memoir on tape because it helps you fall asleep when you're on a long flight.
Yeah.
If you want to, I have never heard anybody self-congratulate themselves.
Oh, that's good.
It's astounding. It's every time it was like, you know, this sold more tickets than anybody. Broke all the records. And you know, we know that Robert Redford hated her, and she's talking about, you know, Bobby Redford like he's her friend, and he doesn't want anything to do with her. Anyway, well, thank you. And
good.
I hope everything goes great in Edinburgh.
Thanks.
Yeah.
So far, so good.
You don't
Well,
need
bought a
plastic
house.
surgery.
So if
You're
nothing else, you
beautiful
bought a
lady.
house. So where are you flying out to here next?
Oh, you guys, I gotta tell you, I have a comedy special that is going to drop on Amazon Prime.
When?
Oh, okay. When?
Yeah, don't bother telling us about that.
I know,
Bury
I'm
the
burying
lead.
I'm burying the lead. It drops on Tuesday, August 20th, next week.
That's
Next
the night of the
Amazon
virtual
Prime. What's
comedy
it
show.
called?
It's called Antique Joke Show.
Oh, that's a good title.
That's a good
We should
one.
all watch that at 8 p.m. and then tune into the virtual comedy show at 9 and discuss.
Yeah, because we're Tuesday next.
No. Your show's on Tuesday?
Next week.
it is.
Next.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
flying.
So that's perfect.
I'm
That is
flying all day
perfect.
Monday, so we're gonna
Yeah,
do
you
it.
guys give me reviews on the Amazon
We
Prime,
certainly will.
and you
All
can
right.
say, you know, that she's not a good grandmother.
Yeah,
But she's a very good friend.
very good. Yes, she's
Aw.
very kind. Yes, she's always joyous to be around. It's fantastic. So
You don't need plastic surgery. You're a beautiful lady. I'm gonna
That's
tell you.
right.
It's the
I'm
ring
older
light.
than you,
The
and
ring
you
light.
don't need to make jokes.
Thank you
'cause you're
so much. I
Right.
appreciate it.
all right. Thank you, Corey. We'll
Thanks,
talk.
Corey.
Bye.
Thank
Thanks
you.
a lot.
Bye.
Hi,
Yay.
Corey.
All right. Quick. Let's wrap it up. Do your thing.
I'm doing this.
How about another dumb song from Steve for no reason?
You have no instrument.
Yeah, but that's next week. I got mixed up. Hey, I want to say Happy Middle Child Day. I don't know if you all knew. Oh, you didn't notice it was Middle Child Day? Of course not. No one ever does.
Oh.
Oh,
Anyway, yeah, I'm here at the Edinburgh Fringe. I want to talk about reviews instead of singing. I'm working for a lady. I'm not going to say her name. I'm working for 3 people as a tech. 2 of the people I'm working for as a tech, they're very funny. They're each doing one-person shows, and they're a delight to work with. They're from LA. They're professional. They're easygoing. They say what they need. I say what I need. We take care of each other. Everything's fine. And then there's this other lady who's out of her mind, who we started talking 3 months ago about what she needed for her show, and she couldn't even get me a script until the day of the first tech rehearsal here in Edinburgh. Not nearly enough time to get it right on the first go. So the first 3 or 4 shows were full of errors and problems with the tech because she didn't give me what I need. I need information so that she can play. Anyway, we're all fine now. But what's hilarious is she wanted to come to my show. And since we're both in the same theater group, she could come for free, which is great. But she wanted to bring her 2 kids and her sister. And she came up to me and she said, would it be okay if my 2 kids and my sister get in free too? And I said, of course. And then I immediately went to the door people who are in charge of that, and I said, don't let those kids and that sister in for free. Charge them.
Oh my God.
She has money. She has money. She can pay for them. She doesn't want to pay me the extra time that it took to get her show on its feet because she wouldn't do what I was saying. So that was fun. Okay. And now a review of my show.
And now the complaining is over. Here's the review.
This is not a review of her show. This is a review of my show. From a young woman who's from England working the Fringe as a theater manager person. Never heard of anybody at all. I think she's Chuck's age. Let's see. She writes. But Chuck is way more worldly than this person. She writes, as someone who has never heard of Weird Al Yankovic,
Whoa.
I had no idea what I was walking into with Steve's show, but Steve's genuine enthusiasm and energy pulled me in from when I first walked through the door. The talent in this show is unquestionable, with technology used in a way I've never seen before and an accordion making its way into the act. I'd like to point out, in that sentence, the word "it's" has an apostrophe, but we're not going to make a big deal of it. You never knew what was going to happen next after every reveal, quip, and song, which created such an exciting sense of chaos. A must-see this Fringe.
Nice.
Wow.
Thanks. So everybody get over here because you must see. All right, it is time for Brad to beg for money any second now.
Brad begs for money. Hey, we need your money. We don't charge a cover for a 2-drink minimum, so what did you expect, Jack?
Hey, what happened? Where am I? That's not good.
I'll spotlight.
There's Chuck, everybody. Hey, everybody go to
We
virtual.
got to see the fabulous Chuck, but
Yeah, we got to see it. Hey,
now we see you, Brad.
And that costs you $5, everybody. So go to virtualcomedyshow.com and give us $5 because Chuck isn't free, everybody. She's going to charge you some money. And I mean that only in the purest way, by the way. So anyway.
Oh, dear.
Oh, dear.
She's worth the money. I've seen her work.
Just her presence and kindness alone is worth $5 at virtualcomedyshow.com. The sad part is she will get none of that. Also, I was going to read some of the things people put in the thing about J.D. Vance and Tim, but I'm not going to. Okay, so I'm not going to tell you why. We do need you to go to Virtual Comedy Show and give us our money because, first of all, we found out Patty needs more latex gloves. I think that's a fantastic thing. Also, don't know that wasn't.
Yes, she's right. Chuck made some stickers of me and her as Super Dork and Fangirl, and they're adorable, and you should buy them.
They are adorable, and you can get them by donating money to Virtual Comedy. virtualcomedy.com. Well, how much are the stickers?
$3.
Okay, but if you donate $5, we get 2. So there you go. And we'll send you a sticker no matter where you are. You have to add all the money goes to Chuck, not Steve.
That's right.
Good. Steve doesn't deserve
This
it.
episode's donation.
That's right. So go to virtualcomedyshow.com and help Chuck pay her tuition. But you have to put there sticker Chuck, and it has to be over $5. Okay, so there you go. So go to virtualcomedyshow.com, donate to the show, and we will tell the comedians the rules of the show ahead of time. So that would be great. So. Anybody else surprised? Anybody else just like, whoa, what was that? So okay, that's good enough. Let's do the
right, time for
like
the
3 a.m.
worst joke of the week.
Worst joke. Worst joke. Worst joke. Worst joke. Boo! That was the worst joke ever.
I just want to say, those are all my voices in there. I think maybe you forget because it's so accurate. Muppet impression.
It is. It's very good. It's very good. So now I'm torn on this joke. So here we go. Marijuana and ecstasy were found inside Bucky's plush toys when a Texas man was stopped by police. Police confiscated the drugs and also took the man's 3 bags of warm sugar and cinnamon cashews for no reason whatsoever.
Oh.
Good night.
Good night.
That was the virtual comedy show. We learned a lot of stuff we didn't need to know, like back to sleep, now Steve must go. And he's talking because he's in Scotland. Fascinating, isn't it? We have a lot of fun at the virtual comedy show. It's better than sitting home playing with your toes or going to the dump to watch stuff decompose. Keep coming back to the virtual comedy show. We appreciate your support of the virtual comedy show. With a budget of nada, nothing zero, we're a little less fancy than HBO. Still, every Monday it's the virtual comedy show. See you Monday at the virtual comedy show. It's at www.virtualcomedyshow.com. That's right.